Thank you for tuning into another CWHipHop.com podcast, where we are still only on SoundCloud because Spotify has not gotten the approval yet for our podcast for whatever reason. It's been 3 weeks now, but that's okay. This is episode number 3. In the house, we have PriZm.
As always, what's up? How are you doing, Bank?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm doing things in my personal life to move forward, getting some things checked off my list, so I mean, can't complain there. We're moving forward with the studio, so I'm excited about that. We got a great show lined up today, a great show lined up next week. Honestly, things are going great.
Yeah, I mean, we've been really good about getting topics and stuff lately, honestly.
They've been too good, so I'm worried.
They're just coming in so fast. There's so much to talk about.
It must be the summer weather coming in, spring. You know, it's getting warmer, maybe more things are coming up and people are doing more. I don't know. It just seems like it is coming up more. We're getting out of that winter slump.
The winter slump, and also COVID's finally feeling like it's starting to let up on everyone a little bit.
Vaccines are coming out.
Yeah.
That's been helping out, I think, a lot. I think I just saw something. Airline tickets are up. They're selling more because people are feeling more adventurous now. They're not as scared and going on about.
That's good to an extent.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're getting close to the end, I hope. It's looking like it, but who knows? Maybe they hit us with another, wave two.
I think we talked about it at one point of it was to flatten the curve, not to just completely stop it from spreading. And at this point, if we haven't flattened the curve, are we going to?
Yeah, it's kind of a little too late to do anything now. It's kind of do what you did, and I think we failed. But that's...
Yeah, and like, just don't travel to another country if you aren't either vaccinated or tested beforehand. I mean, that's just how it's going to have to be until everything blows over, unless this becomes another flu. But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I luckily haven't had anybody affected close to me.
Yeah, same.
It's not done yet, I know, but it feels like if you were gonna get it, you got it, kind of a thing. I had to work the whole time. It's not like I was a what do they call it? Essential employee.
Yeah, I mean, I was technically too, but you work closer to a lot more people.
I literally work with like the dirtiest thing in society, and that's money. Like it's. I was like, all right, I'm fucked. Like, they're not gonna make me work from home.
The fact that you didn't get it is kind of insane.
I think I got it and just didn't.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I didn't get it.
Do you think that's when you, me, and Gargi were all sick at the same time?
There's a chance that was it. There's a chance on a couple times. I mean,
because we weren't like hit hard.
I was never really hit. I mean, even then, that wasn't like anything I thought was out of the.
Yeah, all of us just thought we had a cold.
Yeah.
It didn't hit us like, oh my god. But have you had any breathing problems, tasting problems, smelling problems?
I didn't have any breathing or tasting problems. Everything was still there. So, I mean, I didn't. That was like, I don't know if I ever had it. But, again, it wouldn't surprise me if I did.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Next week, though, we got a guest.
Yeah.
One that I'm excited to get in. Finally.
Same.
We got things lined up. We're going to be having Jedi Miz in the studio. One of the last ones in the green room, because we have our new studio we're building. Hopefully next month we have a guest lined up. We can have them in that studio.
Yeah. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have a giveaway. There's some giveaway information you're gonna get on that episode. We'll probably talk about it on the podcast with Jedi because he'll be in the studio for a while. So we'll do a podcast so we can have a longer form meet the artist kind of a thing, and then he'll be here for the live show. We'll play his music. We'll discuss the giveaway and how people can be entered for that and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him in here. He just seems like a overall positive mindset, just decent person.
He does.
And so like
I like his socials. Instagram's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good
follow.
He's very positive, uplifting, and
good energy.
Yeah, and his music is super good too. So like, yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited to talk to him because I mean, you've talked to him more than I have.
I mean, messaged. We haven't talked.
Yeah, but like I really haven't talked. For a while there, he thought we were the same person.
I remember
that. You ran CWHipHop by yourself.
Yeah, I was like, no, my buddy actually runs CWHipHop. I'm just always on there.
Yeah. It feels weird. It's like, yeah, this was mine for a second. And then
it was.
Like, no, I can't do this alone. I need a buddy.
But that's what happened. That's how I got you into music in the first place. I was like burnt out because I was doing everything by myself. And then I'm like, hey, I want my buddies to join me or I'm probably going to stop doing this because it's so difficult when you don't have anyone with you. When you're just by yourself trying to figure out how to do it all, it's so stressful. Whereas like I knew you're working at a bank and stuff, so I'm like, okay, so this guy can help me with like my financial stuff and that kind of just the things. And with Garky, he knows how to do social media pretty well, and I'm like, so he can be more good at marketing. And I'm also like learning how to do the marketing stuff, obviously, and I got the base of I already knew how to make some of this music, so I'm like, if I can get them into making it with me, we'll be a really solid team. And he's also got the graphic design stuff, so I don't know, it's just how it kind of works. Once you get to a certain point, you're like, okay, I got to build a team, I can't do this alone. And that's kind of what happened with the station too. I mean, I kind of pushed you to do it, and then you were doing it by yourself, and I'm like, wait, he hopped in on me doing this, I should definitely help him with this. And now I love doing this. This is my favorite part of the week. My Wednesdays are by far my happiest day of the week. And so, yeah, I'm just glad we started doing this, honestly.
It's nice because, yeah, it's not making music. It's talking about it while playing music. So it's like the same thing, but a different shift in gear. Like, it's kind of nice to take a break from it all. Like, we're not just making music 7 days a week. We can have people in the show and like talk about their music making process. We can build a better knowledge for it and share it with other people on the internet of what Wisconsin hip hop is like, and kind of capture it. Because if we just like, oh, let's just do shows and like make music and like that's all anybody did, there's not going to be anything to record it and like document like, oh, so what was he like during this time when he put out this project. We'll kind of have the podcast, the shows, and you can like go back and see, oh, okay, this is Zach and Zill's interview back in Christmas of 2020. And was it 2020 or yes, it was 2020 Christmas.
Yeah,
like 2019. No, that's way too. We haven't even hit a year yet. So 2020 Christmas interview for their upcoming project, Game Over.
Yeah,
you can go look into that. It's bad quality, but you can listen to it. And
it's not bad quality.
It's
though.
Quiet.
It's quiet. I mean, yeah, it's not to where we are now.
No, we definitely got our mic level up.
Yeah,
like, we figured this thing out eventually. Now when they come back, we'll have 3 mics and we'll be able to give both of them one. We can share one, so then all 4 of us are talking to a mic and it's not quiet. It's a normal interview.
Yeah, I'm happy we also now started this podcast too, because not only is it like another thing that we can put out and stuff, it gets us talking more than we normally would, because we've been friends for a while.
Yeah,
so we kind of sometimes run out of shit to say to each other. Whereas when we go on this, there's new topics every week. We get to talk about the station and like just the shit that we love. And so I don't know, it lights another spark in our friendship too. That is awesome.
Well, it's kind of like a show. It's like watching a show with somebody. It's like hip hop is a whole entertainment complex, and there's so much to talk about, so much going on. I mean, people always complain about like, oh, the game's so crowded, but it's like, there's a lot going on. You're never bored with it.
Yeah,
like,
it's entertainment.
If you want to take a break, okay, somebody's going to fill your shoes, and then it'll be like, okay, I got to get back into this and climb my way back. You're not just on top forever. You gotta hold it.
Yeah, it got super competitive super fast.
And I think that's only good for the listener and the culture as a whole.
And I mean, it used to be really competitive, but all of a sudden everyone was like, okay, I want to do this now. So it just added so many more people to the pool of competitiveness that rap and hip-hop already was.
Well, it's just poetry in motion, honestly. It's an art that almost anybody can do. It's like, nobody complains that, oh, literally everybody can paint anywhere. Like, oh my god, we have too many painters.
Yeah.
Like, too many paintings.
That's one thing I've never understood, is when people are like, oh, it's so flooded, everyone's doing it. And it's like, okay, but these people love what they're doing, so where's the problem?
Yeah.
And like, they're not hurting anybody.
You don't have to listen.
Yeah, you don't have to listen. And if someone amazing comes out of it, where's the problem?
Yeah, I just think it's a needless bitch, honestly. Like,
yeah.
just don't listen if you don't like it, and somebody's enjoying it. Somebody doesn't like the music you enjoy. It's the way shit goes.
Well, because as you were saying too, I have a bunch of friends that like to draw, like to paint, and I would never be like, oh, everyone draws and paints. Don't do that. What are you doing? Like, no.
You kind of encourage them and you're like, oh, this just isn't it, man. That's not a tree. And you're like, that's just how I think you could make it better. And you help them and improve.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Don't be mean with it. Like, don't just say this is shit and walk away. Like, if you think you got something to add.
And everyone has their own style.
Sometimes you gotta tell your buddy you can't paint. Sometimes you have to.
I mean, to an extent, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
That is also true.
And someone could look at a picture that you would look at and be like, what is this? And they'd be like, wow, this is awesome.
Modern art.
Yeah. Because everyone has a different view on stuff. So it's awesome. And that's why I also love music, because there's so many different vibes right now in hip hop and rap that anybody can listen to it, because you're going to find a vibe that fits you. It's awesome.
It is pretty nice. I definitely like that we're able to have such a variety here in Wisconsin to be able to put a station together. So I can imagine the rest of the country and even the world, how many artists there actually are.
Like, we're in Wisconsin.
We're in Wisconsin. Like, this is the last place you would think to find hip hop ever. We're trying to make it.
Yeah, and we have some really good stuff out here. We are literally
between three hubs. We had Detroit, which brought Eminem. We have Chicago, which brought countless artists. We have Minneapolis, Waka Flocka, Kanye, to make a list. Minneapolis, NF came out of there.
NF came out of there.
Prince came out of there.
Yep.
Dude, we're right in the middle. Like, literally, there's... Yeah. The only reason it's not that big here is because we have, like, two big cities close to Chicago, our capital, and then Milwaukee, and then...
And around here is a lot more farmland than it is city. So people are like, what the hell are you guys doing? Whereas, like, I don't know, once you get more into Wausau or more into Point, like...
Marshfield, there's people that do it. Yeah, that's a small town of what? Tens of thousands of people?
Yeah, it's not big. It's not big at all. But same with Wausau. Wausau isn't that big. I mean, it's growing, but it's not like it's a huge city.
It's a quote-unquote big city, because...
For the area,
there's like 2 towns together, 3 towns together.
Maybe, in the county, it's a big city.
In the county, that's the only reason, because there's nothing around it. Like, Point is the next biggest town around here, I think.
Yeah, and it's got only like half the population of Wausau.
Yeah,
if that.
Just in comparison, it looks really big, but it's kind of small. But it is growing. I'm definitely seeing more and more stuff pop up. More and more people move in. Mm-hmm. It was an old town, and what happens to an old town when the people start to go, it's like more people move in, and then stuff revamps. And I'm sure this city had a cycle, and it's going to keep recycling, and we might be on the cusp of a boom, or maybe it just all falls apart. Who knows?
It looks like a boom, though.
It looks. I'm not gonna say anything, I don't think, but yeah, I think it's gonna boom.
But yeah, all right. We want to get into some topics.
Yeah, why don't we get in? We got a couple we can talk about. Do you want to start, or do you want me to?
You can start.
Okay. So Mac Miller's Swimming has officially gone platinum. It's Mac Miller's first platinum album, isn't it? How many is that for a platinum?
I'm not entirely sure.
It was a great album. Let me grab my phone. I'll look quick.
It was, yeah. No, I remember I replayed that album many a time. I love that album.
Oh, it was such a good album. Swimming came, and then it was Circles, right?
Yes.
So Swimming was before he passed.
Yeah, just before he passed.
It was just before. Like, I remember that album dropped. I think when I heard the news that he had passed, I was going to soccer practice because it was my senior year. Junior year?
No, you weren't in high school.
Oh, I was coaching then at that point.
Yeah.
I was at the soccer field.
Okay.
Like, I was going to the soccer field. So I was like, I might have been in school still. So maybe, what was it? Probably the first year out? Second year out?
Yeah, were you going to college at the time?
Yeah. I believe so. Because I went for I think it was, it must have been the first year out. Dude, my sister called me and I was like, no way. Like, I just didn't believe it at first. Like,
yeah, I didn't know.
I was like, I was about to go watch him on tour. Like, his album just dropped. Like, what are you talking about? He overdosed.
I'm pretty sure you put it in one of the group chats and everyone just, like, lost their shit.
Yeah.
It was a sad day, but, I mean, God, that album was incredible. Circles was beautiful.
Swimming in Circles, they just did a deluxe thing. I always had, like, the, there was going to be a third one. I don't know. I always, like...
I remember you talking about that all the time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man, it's coming. Like, I just feel it. But no, it was unfortunate. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I was at the point where I was just in disbelief.
Yeah, I mean, and it's sad how he went to with a OD.
Yeah.
Didn't he OD on Fett?
Okay, so a platinum certification means that an album has sold 1 million copies. So that was his first album to sell 1 million copies.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish it would have happened while
not
he
here
was
to celebrate it, but
yeah,
it's what it is. But yeah, so I think his first debut album, obviously it's his debut, he was number 1 independent. It was the first to do that since like the 70s.
Holy crap.
And then every album after that I think went number 1 after that when it was released.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that would be amazing feeling. But do you think the success at a young age is what brought him to his ultimate demise?
I mean, look at Miley Cyrus, look at...
She's doing really good now, actually.
She worked out of it.
She did. She went through that phase. We all saw it. So it's like, I think, yeah, a young age fame can, like, kind of like abuse. Yeah.
You're kind of put on a different level.
Because he was still in high school when he was starting to blow up,
mm-hmm.
which is nuts.
Well, he was going to school selling CDs at school, and his
mm-hmm.
teachers were kind of encouraging him to chase his dream because he was just not doing it. So they kind of just got him to pass, and he just, I guess, just barely graduated, but he was pursuing his dream ever since he found it. So
yeah,
he'd been making music for years. Like,
well, there's even videos of him as a little kid rapping. Like,
I think
really
he started
young.
at 13.
Yeah,
as like his official 13 or 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's even videos from before that when he's probably maybe 10 or 11 of him just freestyling to his mom.
He was Easy Mac.
Uh-huh.
And did you ever hear the beef of Easy Mac?
No.
So, some guy in Canada hit him up on Twitter and was like, yo, I'm the real Easy Mac. And he was like, hey, I've been trying to get rid of this name. I'm just going to give it to him. He's like, okay, here you go, man. You're Easy Mac. And that's when he went to Mac Miller. He was just like, Easy Mac was too cheesy, literally.
Understandable,
and,
yeah.
I need to get away from that, so this kind of worked out perfectly.
That's funny.
He was like, I'm not even going to fight this.
It's not even a beef. He was like, yeah, have it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's all yours, bud.
Microwavable mac and cheese, baby.
Easy Mac. I mean, honestly, though, like... For a 13, 15-year-old, that's pretty...
Yeah, that's a good rap name for a little guy.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Could be Big Reef or something.
Inside jokes.
All right, you got one here? What's a topic you got?
All right, so we're talking about Tidal. All co-owners of Tidal received a $8.9 million payout from Jay-Z's recent deal, where he sold the streaming service to Jack Dorsey, the co-founder and CEO of Twitter, for $297 million.
He's also the co-founder of Square, we found out today.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the company that bought Tidal. Now, what is Tidal?
I don't think I've ever used it. It's a streaming service.
It is a streaming service. I know that.
Yeah, that's all I really know about it.
It's supposed to connect fans, I guess, more with the artists.
Okay.
I don't know how. I haven't used it personally. I think after... Today's show, I might check it out.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I think for artists, honestly, if it's meant for connecting to fans more, that might be an option we have to go. And if it's linked with Cash App and Twitter from the same creator,
well, yeah, I see. If he
might only
bought
get more relevant.
He's gonna wanna make it bigger than what it is.
Well, of course, he sees that as an investment,
and so I see it becoming. It's gonna be neck and neck with Spotify and Apple Music. I can already see it. He's the CEO of Twitter, the biggest.
So Spotify kind of has podcast in its view for like what it wants to venture into.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of getting with Joe Rogan video. They're going to be getting video service for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they put concerts on there or something too at some point. I don't know.
Music videos.
They can start doing music videos. So that's kind of what I think Spotify is going to move towards.
Kind of just like Apple a music YouTube sort of thing?
Yeah, kind of a mix because, I mean, really,
yeah,
what they need to diversify. You can't just be streaming music.
Well, and it's better. I think it would be better than YouTube just because of demonetization purposes. On Spotify, you can say whatever you want. Like I mean, within reason, obviously, but you can swear and you're not going to get demonetized and not make money off your stuff. Whereas on YouTube, you can say, like, I think at max 2 swear words in a video before they cut you off.
I think YouTube is becoming more TV. and it's self-regulating,
which
to be
is
more
super
FCC.
sad.
It is, dude. We lived in an era of free YouTube.
YouTube.
We're gonna look back, and we're gonna be like, damn, the internet really was something else back then. Like,
yeah,
it was so free and open, and just like
it's starting to get commercialized more and more. That's the problem.
And at some point, it was going to. I kind of think we should have saw it coming. Everything does.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome was radio when it first came out?
True.
And how awesome was TV?
Yeah.
I mean, you had to obviously have a network to get up, but like internet was like everybody had access to, and you could do whatever you wanted on this thing. But like eventually, it just kind of gets corporatized, and now it's fit within the lines and don't stray from.
But that's the nice thing about like with what Spotify is doing. They're starting to incorporate that video aspect, and I mean, I've heard rumors of them trying to take it in like a social media way. Instead of just it being music, like you connect to your friends, you can listen to their music and stuff more, which they already have a little bit of, but I think it's going to push it more of like, you're probably going to scroll and be like, oh, my buddy shared this song. And you're going to take it a little bit more seriously than if you see like someone share a song to Facebook from Spotify.
True. I'm not going to go from Facebook to Spotify.
Yeah.
That's just
90% of the time.
Yeah. Like unless it's like, oh, this is an artist I know. It's new song. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. But if it's on Spotify and they make it where you can almost like a Twitter.
Well, it'd be like how MySpace was almost, where you have your background song.
Shit, I didn't even think of that. That'd be cool. You can make like your own music page. Like, hey, these are my favorite artists. Here's all my stats.
They should make a dating app for this.
Honestly though, dude, music is a love language.
Like, it is.
You can talk with somebody.
Some people, that is like literally the best love language. Me,
I'm also
personally
that. Yeah,
I mean,
I can speak through song that I can through words. Yeah, I'll send you something that I'm feeling because I know 100,000 songs.
Or even making music. Sometimes I make music and I say far more in what my music is than what I could ever just outright say. Like, you can convey so much more emotion and exactly how you're feeling through deeper message.
Think of this: you're talking to somebody, you can't call them, or like you're just not there or something, but you want to like send them an emotion. What's the best way to do it? Through like a quick text. Send them a song at some point. Like, oh, I'll listen later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is kind of how you feel or something. Like, you can kind of get a mood set for it versus just sending a text or assuming through what you say. Because texting is just ridiculous for any emotion. Fuck those emojis. Like,
yeah, you know how many fights I get in with like even like my parents over, oh, you're being a smartass, and I'm like, wait. No, you're taking this out of context completely. Like, I'm just trying to have a conversation here.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're sassing me, and I'm like, no.
That's why I'm like, call me. Like, I'd rather 15, even if it was 15 seconds, or if it was 10 minutes. Like, I'd rather just quick get it over with, so there's just no bullshit between it. Like, let me just tell you what I'm thinking, you tell me what you're thinking. We don't have to like assume anything, and I don't have to sit here and fucking type the whole time. Like, I can just quick say it to you. If you have something, I'm like, oh, I misinterpreted that point. Now my whole text I just texted out was dumb.
Yeah, and see, like, texting comes in handy for like group chat stuff with the boys of, you know, that
yes,
none of us are mad at each other for anything whatsoever, and we're just giving each other bullshit. Whereas, like, when you're in I'd say you're talking more of like intimate relationship,
intimate or family, thing. I guess. Yeah,
and it's like, you don't always know the tone. Something could throw them off that day, and it's just taken wrong for no reason. Whereas, like, if the boys message me, I'm gonna be like, okay, he's pulling my chain. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's
definitely that relationship difference with just different people in your life that it's like, I definitely talk better through text with certain people than others.
Yeah, because like, I mean, but we still call too more often than I do to most
only because
people.
I call you guys.
But I hate texting. The text culture is horrible.
Dude, it was nice. I personally, spell check, if I didn't have spell check, I'd look just dumb. I
think it's horrible for teenagers. I think it's just the worst. It makes, you know how many people are antisocial?
Oh, I know.
How many, you're getting a phone call? Decline. Please text me.
Do you know how many people we could bring in here and like say, all right, talk, and they'd climb right up? They're like, no. Like, I get it, there's a mic, but like, just being able to talk.
Well, it makes people nervous though, because like, this does go out into the public eye. So they're like, oh, what if I say something dumb? And it's like, no, just get past that.
Yeah,
you gotta have personality.
Wait.
Well, yeah, but you gotta have a personality. You don't have a personality, you're not gonna have personality on this. You're not gonna have personality anywhere. And you're not going to get very far if you can't talk to people. I mean, unless you somehow do something amazing on your own. But usually you need a good team. And to get a good team, you need to be able to communicate. Otherwise, that team's going to fall apart. And so, yeah, no, this kind of stuff isn't made for everybody. Not everyone can do it because they're so trained to not talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Like, it's a weird way to look at it, but yeah.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
All right.
We just talk, man.
We were just talking. All right, let's go to another topic.
All right, I got one.
You got one?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so if you could choose any rapper to spend your birthday with,
Okay.
who would it be?
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. I want to spend the day with Lil Yachty. I think he'd be a fun one. I think he seems like a personality and just like a I mean, obviously, I just see what's on social media. I've never met the guy.
True. But
from what I tell, that's pretty much any rapper, honestly.
I personally would say Rich Brian.
Rich Brian?
I feel like me and him have similar personalities of kind of like outgoing, but very emotionally thinking people.
That surprises me, honestly. I thought you'd say maybe Tiny Meat Gang or like Baby No Money.
Oh, I didn't think about Tiny Meat Gang. Those two are hilarious. But Baby No Money, I mean, I think he's a little too old for me and him to really hit it off. As much as I love his music.
How old is he?
I think he's like 26 to 27. So he's
that's
still
my
got
age.
that. Yeah, no, you're like 40.
So Jay-Z is what you're saying.
Yeah, you go hang with Jay-Z. Or you want to hang with Snoop Dogg?
Dude.
What if we both just
wait
go
a
hang
minute.
with Snoop?
I change it. I'm hanging with Snoop for my birthday.
Yeah, no.
That's the answer.
Yep, same. I thought Rich Brian was a good one. And then
Rich Brian, no. Sorry, dude.
Yep, no.
You pick Snoop. I'll do Wiz Khalifa.
Okay, fair. Oh, no. You want to trade?
I'll trade. I'll take Snoop.
I'll take Wiz.
I think Snoop would be fun.
I don't know which one I'd actually rather
Dude,
do.
Wiz is like 30 though.
Yeah, but we just smoke weed the whole time and bullshit. Like that's just
fair.
how it goes.
Yeah, no, I think Lil Yachty would be a lot of fun, but I think I'm gonna go Snoop. That'd be one to hang out with.
I'm glad I said Snoop. I can't believe I didn't think about that one right away.
Yeah, it's there's just so many, honestly.
Yeah, no, we said it and I had like 15 people popping in my mind. I'm like, I have to narrow this somehow.
Honestly, Lil Yachty was the first one that popped up. I was just like Skittles. For some reason, I was like, that sounds fun. Skittles, man.
See, my first one that popped up was Black Bear. But the problem with that is he does a lot of drugs that I don't want to do. And if I hung out with him, I feel like I would feel like I have to do these.
Yeah, you're like, well, this was my wish, I guess.
Shouldn't be like, time to do a line.
It's like when you say for the genie, like you say your wish and then they give you like a smart ass answer and they're like, that's what it would be. I didn't realize I had to do heroin.
He doesn't do heroin.
I don't know.
He just does like coke and stuff. And I just don't fuck with that.
I think that was a computer.
Yeah.
All right. So you remember, I think it was last week or the week before, we were talking about the wish list for 2021.
Yeah.
For music. You remember on there I said the Anderson .Paak, I want an album?
Yeah.
I got something better. Okay. Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
Okay.
They released a song. It was called Leave the Door Open, I think.
All right.
Really good. It's like a smooth jazz pop kind of mix.
Okay.
You haven't heard it?
No, I have not.
I swear I sent it to you. They go by Silk Sonic.
Okay.
So
that's a smooth name.
Yeah. The music video is very they're like in a recording studio. They're playing all their instruments. Every one of the band is in there, and it's just a bunch of different angles. You get like from outside the glass of the mix board into the actual recording studio, all that fun stuff. There was just good music through the whole thing. They work well together. I really just enjoy what they all put into the song. They complement each other well. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the project because I guess they're releasing a couple songs. It was just one at a time, or maybe this was just the single before. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I hope, honestly, this is going on tangent. Artists get into the habit of releasing like a song a month.
Yeah.
I would honestly rather have that than like one project for a year. Because then you get like 12 songs and like I'm listening to it all the time, and it's like, okay, 6 months I'm done. Versus, all right, I get a song, maybe 2 songs, maybe a song, 2 songs or something, and it's like, okay, now you promote it, and it's a consistent stream, and it's like you don't have to work.
See, that's really good for growth, but once you already have that fan base, albums are definitely the way to go.
It's true. You're going for album sales. I guess it's a whole different ballgame up there.
Yeah. Whereas like where we are, our best bet is going singles once a month.
But what I was thinking is it's just listening. Like, I can just enjoy a song for a month, and I'm like, all right, this is phenomenal. This is the mood for the month. And the next month, I get something different to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but when you look at an artist and you're like, okay, are you looking at, oh, I really like these couple songs by this artist? Or are you like, oh, I really like this album? Like, who are you going to respect more there? Like, oh, I like a couple songs. Or, oh, I love their album.
What if you do an extended release album where it's like you start on January and go to December, and you're like, hey, this is the album over a year?
I mean, to a point, but
you're going to
like
release one album a year anyways.
The moment you drop that album, people have already heard most of what's on there and aren't going to go click on that. And that's
what are you talking about? Like, heard what album?
Like, once they drop the album, like, as a collective thing, after they've already showed you majority of what's on there, less people are going to click on it because they already have those other songs and they know.
We're in this like middle of the industry shifting what's important between like buying an album versus streaming.
Well, yeah, I mean,
if
that's
you
because everything's going digital.
It is, but if you like get it set up for like a monthly subscription thing, kind of mindset where it's like once a month this thing comes out, oh, I got to go check it out, or whatever, like that's going to be more of a model, I think, going forward than it is like drop an album and try and get as many sales as possible.
Well, like, I could see like
Drake had how many songs? And it's like, if you're constantly in the news with like, hey, I have a song being dropped every month, you're, one, keeping your name in there. 2, you're releasing new music constantly. So you're going to keep getting like new people and the new people coming back.
Yeah.
Those songs are going to then get added to your playlist. But
with how much pressure there is to get album sales, I don't see it ever becoming a main thing. But what I could see happening is artists getting like their own personal Patreons and releasing one song a month on their Patreon, and then it gets released everywhere else as an album.
That's already happening, actually. Well, that's a good idea. But that's already happening with one artist. I can't remember who was doing it, but they were... I saw it in the news like this that we do each week way back a couple months ago.
Gotcha.
He was starting something. I want to say it was T-Pain. For some reason, that name's coming to head.
I mean, that would make sense. He's been doing a lot recently.
Yeah, I think he was going to do like one song, go subscribe to my Patreon. Maybe it was something else. There was another artist who was using OnlyFans.
I was just about to say, I'm going to do it on OnlyFans, and then every once in a while...
Just drop a dick pic?
Yeah, throw a dick pic up. Fun fact, I've never taken one.
No?
No.
No, that's good.
Yeah, nah, no need.
It leaves a big enough footprint, you don't need a digital one?
Yeah, like, if you want to see it, come see it in person, you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Okay, what do you got?
Next topic is world's best-selling artists of 2020.
Ooh, okay.
So this is all genres, not just rap and hip-hop. So number 1 is BTS.
Which I think is a Korean pop.
Yeah, it's a K-pop group, I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, I've never heard them.
2...
Or maybe I haven't, I don't remember.
You've definitely heard like 1 or 2 of their songs just on the radio when you accidentally play it without connecting your phone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number 2 is Taylor Swift, which
kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Number 3 is Drake, which also makes sense.
Makes sense. I would have thought but this is worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4, The Weeknd, which good for him. His album that he dropped.
4 out of everyone.
Incredible. So he deserves it. I 100% back that statement. Number 5, Billie Eilish.
Okay. When did she start? Was it 2018? She's been around for a bit.
She's been around for a bit because she's an industry plant.
Okay.
Yeah, she got pushed head first to the top. She because she has family that's in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, her brother and I think her dad.
Doesn't her brother write her songs or something? Maybe I'm just spreading
some of them, yes. No, I've definitely seen quite a bit of stuff saying that. But I mean, whatever. She's a pop artist. a lot of times people, once they have that inside connection, can get to the top pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good for her. She does make good music. I'm not discrediting her at all on that. But number 6, Eminem.
Eminem.
For 2020.
That doesn't surprise me. I figured he'd be on the list.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but what does surprise me is he's one above Post Malone. You'd think Posty would have a little bit more oomph for modern stuff than Eminem.
Maybe, but rap is the biggest genre in, I think, the time.
Oh, and
so
here's
around
another
the world, how many people like respect Eminem's flow than can connect to Posty?
Well, around the world too, how many people in their 30s to 40s are going to be listening to Post Malone compared to Eminem as well, with the younger generation still listening to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of does make sense, because a lot of the older people who like hip hop are going to see, oh, Eminem dropped. I've always liked Eminem. Let's go listen to it.
And he's been around so much longer.
Mm-hmm. Whereas if those people saw, oh, Post Malone dropped something, they're going to be less likely to go click on it. Whereas our generation is probably about as likely to click on either one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have to agree there. It's. I don't think it's surprising Eminem's above Posty.
Yeah, now that I broke it down a little bit, I agree. Number 8, Ariana Grande.
Okay. What is she? I don't listen to her music much. The only song I really listen to her is with Mac Miller.
Yeah, I knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, that's the only one. I think it's what song is that? My favorite part.
Okay, here's my take on that song real quick.
So,
I don't think they should have been on a track together.
Why?
I think she outshines him a little too much. Because she has like the pop star voice, one of the best. And then Mac kind of has he has a amateur sound to his singing, which is what makes him.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put him next to someone who has a super professional sound, it kind of clashed for me.
Yeah, but I'm going to just play the other side of it of a lot more girls want to sound that glamorous and perfect, and guys have more of that self-conscious with it when they sing. So it was a perfect song for both parties, because guys can sing along to it and be like, yo, I can sound just like this guy.
I get what you're saying.
And then girls are like, I sound just like her. Like, I am perfect in this. Like, so I think that's why that song worked well. Not,
I get what
they
you're
were
saying.
also dating. Plus, it was also
not that it was
the
a bad
album
song
that it was on. The Divine Feminine was that song just fit on there. Like,
that was
if it was on like Good AM, I'd been like, dude.
Yeah, that was a really good album.
Oh, I listened to that album the other day, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was it yesterday? Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God, I know I go through at work and I'll like listen to my favorite artists. Like, I'll listen to their whole discography that's on Spotify in one day. I love doing that, and I do that to Mac probably once every 2-3 months.
I did that when he first passed. I can't do it as much anymore, but I do listen to Good AM
Dude, I get
at least once a month.
choked up listening to Circles. I get choked up, and I'm like, I can't listen to this at work, man. I'm gonna start crying. Number 9 is Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. Okay, yeah, that one. You think it was okay? I'm not even gonna get.
No, I know what you're gonna say,
nope.
and maybe, but I also love his music.
I think he deserves it.
Yes,
to be at least talked about here.
I wish I would have listened to him more before he passed, because his stuff is actually phenomenal.
And being so close to us, he was Chicago.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just down a couple hours.
So good, man. His stuff speaks to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it. He has a couple out there that I'm like, but I love his music. And then number 10, Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Yummy.
Yummy.
And I'm not saying he's yummy. Okay. I'm saying his song Yummy. That's like the only thing I know from 2020 by him.
Yeah, I don't.
I hated it.
Did he even? Oh, Holy. That was another song by him.
He recently released a song, and me and Garky listened to it. It's not horrible. No. I kind of liked it. He has really good vocals on it, and I think it had a lot more meaning than anything he's dropped recently. So I was like, okay, respect. And yeah, I think you should listen to it.
All right, I'll check it out. All right, last topic here. J. Cole's No Role Models. Oh, do you have another one too? Oh, I thought we got through both. Okay. J. Cole's No Role Models has surpassed 900 million streams on Spotify. It's his first song to do that. What was No Role Models? That was on 2014, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his first song to do it. He's going to hit 1 billion streams soon.
That's insane.
That's insane.
I mean, well, he definitely deserves it, but that's insane.
I definitely probably helped with about 1 million of those streams. That's
same.
I love that song.
It is a great song.
Yeah, so that's coming up pretty soon. Then we got to help push those numbers. I'm gonna add that to the top of my playlist.
I will do the same actually, because
let's do it.
That song is incredible and deserves that recognition. So.
Oh, of course.
So, speaking of streams, Eminem has now surpassed 25 billion streams on Spotify across all. Wait, what?
All credits.
All credits, yes. The most of any artist who started in the 90s. Sorry, I fumbled that ball.
Nope, that's all right. Yeah, so that's kind of insane. Man's been... All right, so here's one thing I want to say about this, because I was thinking about it. We were talking about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. We're like, Eminem, just stop. Just stop making music. You're over.
We've said that, but we've also said he's been doing it his whole life. So imagine stopping making music when that's what you absolutely love.
He's not. So I think what he's doing is like, hey, I'm obviously not going to be here forever. It'd be foolish to think that. I'm just going to make as much music as I can. So when somebody wants to go listen to an Eminem kick, which I'm sure I will in my 30s when I'm having a midlife crisis.
Facts.
I will have countless hours to pick from. I'm like, which genre of Eminem would you like? Like,
always
I will
Slim
have
Shady.
Yeah. Give me some what?
I said always Slim Shady.
Always Slim Shady. We'll start there and go to the end.
They just always want to kill.
We'll skip relapse
and do a bunch of drugs.
But yeah, he's basically just making music because he's not going to be here forever. So just push out as much as you want, because he does have some fire new stuff.
You say
but
that
it's covered
he's making
in so much of his new stuff that it, like, it gets lost, and you're like, okay, it's just a bunch of Eminem that we've heard before. But there are some golds in there. Yeah. I think that's what he's doing. He's just like, I'm Eminem. Well, like, I'm just gonna do whatever.
I know this one's a couple years old, but the one with Joyner Lucas.
Oh, what was that one?
I can't remember the name of it, but that song, I love that song. Like, that's a gold one from his recent years that I'm like, okay, I'm kind of glad he's still putting out music, because there are some hits in here that are like incredible, and you just hear those flows, and even he had some substance in that song. Granted, he had a couple bars in that song that definitely was just him rhyming, but that's okay. And Joyner's verse on it was incredible. So, I mean, he's bringing that lyrical side of hip-hop closer together with that. Whereas, like, I mean, he gives the other side of hip-hop a lot of shit, the melodic stuff. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you have any other topics?
I don't have any more topics.
All right, we're coming up on 45 minutes, so
okay.
We're just going to note here, Zachy P and Zill's project, Game Over, is coming out on the 23rd of April. So make sure when that comes out on Spotify for pre-saving, you go do it, because I'm going to tell you, it is fire.
Why would they do it on the 23rd and not the 20th? Come on, guys. That's my only criticism.
It's not a stoner project, and I think that's why. I know Zach doesn't smoke. I don't know much about Zill, but I know Zach kind of cut everything out. So I mean, I don't think that's a date they're really worried about anymore.
Fair.
It makes sense. Yes. But the cover art came out for it, as well as the track list. So there's 10 songs on there. I think. Wait, 8 songs. I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's like an EP.
Yeah. Trap Time, Pew Pew, Secrets, Tommy Boxers, Forces, Top Notch, Fine Wine, and Royal Red. So those are the tracks coming out April 23rd.
Top Notch.
Top Notch is really good. I am beyond excited for that song.
I can't wait to hear the final version.
Dude, that's going to the top of my playlist for sure.
Same.
We'll get that to over 1 billion streams before J. Cole's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
We're going to make a campaign for it.
Dude, I'll push that song.
But yeah, so make sure you go follow them on social medias. Follow us on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, CWHipHop. We have everything that'll be CW Wisconsin music posted there, so you'll never miss out on anything. Follow our Instagram for sure, because that's the one we really push. It's just the easiest one to maintain and grow, honestly.
Yeah.
We have the live show coming up here, so we do this podcast beforehand. This is our 3rd episode. Just kind of get warmed up before the show, so you can follow PriZm where?
You can follow me on Instagram at PriZmRap, PriZmRap, and on Facebook at PriZm, PriZm. It's just a Facebook page. If you look it up, I'm sure you can find it real quick. It has like a couple hundred likes, so just go give that a like. You can see my posts pop up on your feed when we're dropping music, when we're doing the show, all that kind of stuff. So same with my Instagram as well. I post a bunch about the station and stuff.
Yeah, you've been getting better with posting, being more active.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had to. We talked about that too, I think, last podcast, because, I don't know, I stopped pushing my stuff on Instagram and stuff for a little bit, and
it happens.
Yeah. I mean, I also took a break of stuff, so yeah. Oh, I'm back.
Oh, you're back.
Better than ever.
That is facts. That is facts. Were you going to say anything?
I had something, but it went away. So.
Okay, that's right. All right, we'll see you guys. CWHipHop.com, live at 6 Wednesdays every week. Peace.
Peace.